What is up, guys? Noli here, and welcome to the second episode of Squad Play. Right now I was already looking in my class, but I'm going to show you the last two loadouts I've chosen to set up for this character Noli. Obviously my first character that I'm going to play a lot of myself. And the last three loadouts, obviously you have 6 loadouts overall per character. You start off with 3 of them, and you can buy a further 3 loadout 4, 5 and 6 for 10 points, 20 points and 30 points respectively. So I'm going to go into quite deep detail about these two guns that I've chosen, and the perks and kill streaks I've gone for. There is a couple of things that I want to change up with this class as I'm going through it though. This is the first one, the Mtar, the only SMG I'm going to be using on this character really. It is of course fully automatic, but the difference with this is it is rifle class range, so it can get kills from a fair distance. Its recoil is not too high, but it does handle just like an SMG. It reloads a little slower than the rest, I believe, and so that is why I'm going to have to change something out later on in my strike package. So for the attachments, foregrip and silencer has almost become what you guys are expecting from me. I would also advise rapid fire if you can fit it on as a third perk, but that as a third attachment I should say, but that will involve you using a perk slot, which actually contains 3 perk shots, I believe. I'm saying words wrong. 3 perk slots is extra attachment, and that's going to give you one for both of the weapons, so I wouldn't even advise using that unless you're using a secondary as well. But what we're going to do actually is I'm going to show you the perks, except for this one, because I'm not going to be using it on the go. I'm actually going to take that off right now. Ready Up is my tier 1 perk. This is going to allow us to shoot faster after sprinting, and then I've got the 2 sprinting perks that go hand in hand with this, agility and marathon. I really like these on the SMGs. It definitely allows you to go around, cap points, and just do all kinds of things faster, and also get out of danger faster, because you're not necessarily going to run your you're not going to win your long range gunfights, so running away is definitely a possibility. Quick draw, because I'm not running steady aim. Steady aim is that one. Allows me to aim up faster. I prefer that, better for mid-range combat. And finally, Amplify. Oh my god, I'm putting Amplify on the majority of my classes that I'm ever going to use. I run a headset, a pretty good headset as well, and I can hear everybody. It's crazy. Footsteps are already very powerful, but if I showed you the gameplay I'd use on my Amplify class, you'd be able to see just how intently I'm listening. I went on a 15 kill streak very early on when I started using this gun, just because I could hear everything. I was safe. It was like I had constant radar, and not enough people run dead silence. So now I've got that extra perk slot opened. I'm not going to use a lethal. I'm actually going to advise a specific tactical grenade. That is the thermobaric tactical grenade. It's going to weaken armor and put people on about 30 to 40 health, allowing you to get rid of them immediately. Particularly good for SMGs, and just carrying one is going to be useful for me. So for the strike package, I'm trying to keep these as professional as possible, by the way, but saying words incorrectly is not something I can avoid. For the strike package, I'm looking at specialist. With this, I'm actually going to change it up very slightly. Let's take off my main perks. I would like to start off with sleight of hand. Then we will go for off the grid, and then for stalker. That is at 3, 7, and 11. Sleight of hand, as I said, I'm not running immediately, but this thing does reload a little slower and is certainly worth running. And then for my specialist bonus, which I obtain at 13 kills, it's quite obtainable, is steady aim. Just because steady aim is always good on SMGs. Sit rep. Honestly, ping is something I would definitely consider. Sit rep, I really like that. It allows me to not die on a high kill streak to something stupid like an IED. And also seek out enemies by finding them based on where their SATCOM is. Next up, Scavenger. Obviously that's going to allow me to continue my kill streak beyond 11 kills. Or 13 kills it would be. Because this thing does have a decent amount of ammo, but it will run out. I would advise you pick up a secondary weapon as soon as possible. And finally, the ICU is just a generally good perk, again, for keeping alive longer. So that is that class. I may end up swapping steady aim out for ping, because I don't hip fire all that often anyway. But next up we've got Loadout 5, or Loadout 6 I should say, and this is one of my favourite loadouts in the game. I instantly fell in love with it. I must admit I've only played 1 game with it, but you're about to see the gameplay, probably fun, full, unabridged gameplay with this set, and oh my god, it is powerful. The AK-12, it feels perfect to me. The suppressor and foregrip again, as I always say. Gotta stay off the radar and keep that recoil low. This thing doesn't kick that much, especially with a foregrip. So for the perks, it's again standard setup, ready up, sleight of hand, stalker, quick draw and focus. I've been through this already. I may advise swapping into amplify for maybe even focus, but we're not going to do that immediately. And the other thing I've changed is actually the strike package on this set. Just one slight amendment. I took off the Griffin because it didn't quite synergize as well. I will keep that on a few classes. It's very good for clearing out objectives and sentry guns and what are they called? IMSs. They're easily taken out by Griffins. But just for pubbing, general public matches and obtaining your next kill streaks, the Trinity rockets are brilliant. Like, I wasn't that keen on them. 7 kills, that's a fair few kills. Don't forget, Predator missile's always been 5 kills, and it's basically a Predator missile. But this thing shoots 3 rockets, which really gives you a chance to obtain at least 2 kills per use. What's 2 kills going to get you? Well, it's going to get you straight up to the battle hind. This thing is also amazing for search and rescue. It's going to clear out their team, or at least half of their team, for the entire round. So Battle Hind and Helo Pilot again are sort of standard on this class setup. Map control, air superiority is what it's all about, and that is about it. Still very much enjoying this character and still trying to rank him up to level 60. Nearly there. These classes are looking very similar, by the way. Did put Amplify on the Remington. I might have slightly swapped around my MSBS, but that is it. I hope you enjoy the gameplay. I'm also going to commentate over it, so I'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, so this is the gameplay. I'm obviously back, and we're going to be playing a bit of Domination on Prison Break, one of my favourite maps, and of course, always being one of my favourite game types. So I'm going to run straight off, picking the AK-12. As I said earlier, this gun is amazing. It doesn't kick very much. Look at that quick kill. The suppressor's going to keep me off the radar. It's also going to allow me to take this guy out with the help of Stalker. I obviously took that shortcut across the tree. Always worth using. Now we're going to slowly push over to B. Their team has the superior spawn on this map, there is no doubt about it. And that means I have to be a little cautious here to avoid death. I get so lucky here, a guy flanks around the back of me, and my teammate does save me. I should have sent this guy a message afterwards, but get into a dodgy gunfight here where the guy gets the first shot on me, but again Stalker saves me, get me that quick move out the way as I pick up this Vector. Grabbing the field orders, but it's too late. I don't hear him because I'm not running Amplify on this class, and I get shot in the back. So again, starting off from the C flag spawn, we're going to move our way over with the intent to capture B. I'm not a huge fan of holding A. I like the AB or the AC, not the CA. That spawn just tends to be worse and give them the high ground. And again, I'm going to catch this guy off guard with the suppressor, but get absolutely destroyed. As you see, I watch this kill cam, confused, but that is the MSBS. I can't talk, I run the weapons, so no use me complaining. Again, running off across to B, currently 5 and 2, not the most impressive of games, but I am going to try and push this flag with the help of my teammates in the superior placement on the ridge. They do start to jump down here, and I pick up the MSBS, which, as I said earlier, is a little overpowered. I don't like it without the sight too much, but we're on our way to capturing B. I get lucky with this kill and take the flag on my own because my teammate abandons me. This is actually getting me relatively close to my first kill streak, just 3 score away. So I'm going to play a little cautiously here and hold down this ridge. I know if I can get my kill streaks, they will go from one to the other, and basically allow me to dominate the map for the first half of the game. We are still behind here, but holding 2, and as long as I'm at B, we should be able to hold this flag, and the C flag tends to be relatively safe just based on where it's positioned. So I'm hearing all sorts of footsteps here. That's why I came down in the first place and was looking very cautious. But I look away, and then that guy is again lying on the floor. Don't worry, I'm not watching the video behind, I'm just a little behind in my commentary. Moving along here now and picking up an absolutely amazingly long kill. Well, you know, the distance on it wasn't huge, but he died so quickly and so easily, and here are my Trinity rockets. I'm going to call this in to try and obtain my hind, and of course I will. These things are actually really good for that. As I said earlier in the video, you'll fire those 2 rockets, and I realise I missed that one. They will home in slightly, and there is my battle hind. I get quite unlucky here. Completely didn't notice that name pop up, and I go to call in the hind, which of course takes forever. And this guy takes me out before I can get my healing. So, we just lost B, thanks to me being in my Trinity rocket. And we also ended up losing C. The map's completely switched. The spawns do this quite often, particularly on a soft spawn map like this, where the flags are all in opposite corners of the map. In fact, the B flag isn't the central flag. Catch this guy out shooting at my chopper, but then get destroyed, as always, by the MSBS. The weapon is far too powerful. And I get taken out from C. That's my own fault, to be honest. That's my lack of observation. I did not see on the map that it said we were losing it, and I get quickly taken out. So, I hope you guys are enjoying this style of commentary, by the way, while I have a little bit of downtime. I take this guy out in the back and I do hear his footsteps, that's why I found him. I haven't seen people doing this sort of play-by-play, their own gameplay analysis stuff in a very long time, so I feel like doing this specifically in this squad mode where I'm looking quite deeply into how I'm playing, how I'm building my team. Other than that, they're normally going to be casual commentaries about the game or about what's going on. Get this guy very quickly with a 1 or 2 shot cross map, and hear this guy when it's far too late. Guy kind of spawned on me. I was out of position anyway. I can be quite critical on my own gameplay. I was obviously out of position and not paying enough attention. Catch this guy out upon hearing his footsteps. Get an easy kill without alerting my position. This gun also reloads quite quickly, and maybe sleight of hand isn't necessary. Help this teammate out around mid. And then we start to push for a little bit of a spawn trap on C. Not that it works that well. They will continue to spawn around C, but they'll often end up spawning around the A side of C and easily get the flank on your back. This ridge is nowhere near as safe as you may expect it to be. So, as you can imagine, I'm not going to hang around here too long. And I am instead going to go back to the B flag, as I notice there are no teammates over there. That is the way you can normally tell where the enemy is spawning. And yep, of course, I start hearing losing B. Footsteps are all over right now, so I'm being very cautious. If I'd gone a little faster, I possibly could have saved the flag, but I do catch these two guys out completely unaware and start to capture the flag. As you'll notice, I'm just 3 kills off another kill streak, but my reactions have been faster and my ears with it. I could have taken that guy out, but I was probably focusing more on the idea of getting my kill streaks very soon. Could have taken that guy out and got the flag and possibly been 1 kill off my Trinity. So I quickly go and grab the points for C. I wasn't much help in that cap, but at least we now hold B and C. Get lucky in this gunfight, my aim is slightly off. But at this point I am 25-7, it's not a bad gameplay right now, but certainly not the sort of standard I will upload. It's going to improve any minute now as they take B. I know there's no point rushing around this corner because they have every advantage against me, and I get completely fooled by this night owl. I did not know what it was until it was too late, and I started shooting at it and wasting my ammo. So I'm waiting for a teammate to push around first so I don't cop a bullet. But this guy's sort of luring guys around the corner. My aim goes down there, but we do get this guy with relative ease. Then I see this guy up on the hill. Take him out very quickly. This gun is so good at range even when suppressed. See a second guy up on the hill, but he's not my immediate priority. There's me out of ammo. But take this guy out, realizing it's only another shot. Quickly grabbing this honey badger and catching the guy completely unaware after I believe he just spawned, which is unfortunate for him. He has an Mtar, which I don't really make the most of because it has no attachments. I'd rather pick up a gun that keeps me off the map when I'm in this sort of position. 2 kills off a kill streak. I'm monopolising map control around the B flag and the middle of the map. That guy's gun was a little too far away for me to run. I knew I had enough bullets to take out another guy with ease. Don't forget, about 15 bullets is certainly enough for you not to have to swap your gun out. That can be 2 to even possibly 3 kills if you're accurate enough. As you can see, I take this guy out in about, was that 9? That wasn't the best accuracy set though. He does have an MSBS with my favourite attachment, the red dot sight. As you can tell, I don't really play the objective too well here. I should have ran around and defended C, and obviously in a squad match I would. There's a little more on the line, but right now I've got my Trinity and I just don't want to die using it, so I can get the Healy and obtain complete map control. Could have got the triple here, but this guy gets taken out before I have a chance to. That is the power of the Trinity. That's going to get me right up to the Healy, or the attack chopper without any issue. The attack chopper is, as always, quite powerful. Most of the Call of Duties we've had as of late were very powerful. Modern Warfare 3 sort of sparked the trend after the Modern Warfare 2 one wasn't too good. And then Black Ops 2's one was also very powerful and worth running. This one actually shoots explosives as well, sort of swaps it up. I have an easy time taking these guys out with the MSBS. This thing's so powerful, and staying off the radar with the suppressor is always useful. Pick up a one burst really on that guy with the headshot. And now I know I've got my Healy, but would really like to do something about B first. Instead my aim goes down, but no, I do get lucky there. I thought I died. I get the double kill. Oh, this is the embarrassing death. I forgot. This death is pretty atrocious. I should not have died. I'm shooting at the guy, getting hit markers. The Healy actually cleans up the kill there. Obviously, I keep calling them different things. One is the Helo pilot, and the other is the, let me see, the Battle Hind. There we go. So I should just call it the Hind. And my brain completely dies. The idea of a grenade. What's a grenade? And I just end up walking into it and blowing up. So now is the perfect time for me to call on the Helo. I know we have a pretty decisive lead at this point, and so should be able to hold off if I can keep them spawn trapped in B. And this is one of the reasons the Healy is just so powerful. The map control it grants you. I know you guys probably don't enjoy watching too much Healy gameplay, so this could be one of the last ones I do. Or in the future I'll just speed it up. But this one's one of my favourites. I get quite a few kills with it, and I've got a friend who says this weapon, oh, this kill streak is awful, and the kill streaks in the game are awful in general. I completely disagree. I think some of them are very powerful, and honestly, I'd rather they were weaker than too powerful. Pick up a triple kill just there. Easily taking them out on this map. There is nowhere to hide from this thing. There may have been more kills over there at B, but it's my priority to defend our flag. It's quite hard to control, I must admit. If only you could look down on it, it would be a lot more powerful. If you could look directly down and turn yourself around. But there we have it. I leave that, and actually I don't think I had as decisive a lead as I thought. That was quite a risky decision. I was really relying on my teammates to take A for our team to finally start to pull away. So guys, I'm going to spoil this one. We do win this game. I'm going to leave you now with the rest of the game. A little bit of music that I use normally on the background of my Payday 2 videos. Thanks a lot for watching. I will see you in the next one.